Hey, welcome back. If you're watching my video for the first time, I'm Kavita Deva, a cosmetic dermatologist, consultant, and a skin expert. Thinking of getting your face waxed? Though there are many different ways of getting your facial hair removed, but in today's video, I'm going to focus on waxing. Should you be getting your facial hair waxed? What are the advantages and disadvantages of doing it? And is it okay to wax your facial hair? You probably won't blink your eyes when you have to get your arms and legs waxed, but when it comes to face, many of you fear of getting your face waxed. Before we start talking about facial waxing, let's understand why do women especially have unwanted dark hair strands. The primary cause for the excessive facial hair could be because of the hormonal changes like your polycystic ovary syndrome, or it could be genetic. If your mother or grandmother had it, it's very likely that you too will be suffering from thick facial hair growth. If you have a facial hair due to the hormonal imbalance, you should consult your gynecologist or dermatologist as to which modality of hair removal is right for you. Because remember, if you are suffering from a hormonal problem, the hair can keep coming back, so you need to ascertain what type of a hair removal modality will suit your problem. Though there are many methods of getting your facial hair removed, I'm going to focus on waxing. If you're planning to go with the facial waxing, you need to proceed with caution. If you are under certain kind of medications like your corticosteroids, some kind of antibiotics, contraceptives, and if you are on a skincare regimen where you are using prescription based retinoids, because these things can make your skin sensitive, thin, and prone to redness. There is no doubt that facial hair removal is becoming more and more popular to achieve that clean and smooth skin. It's a technique which, along with the hair removal, also exfoliates the dead cells from the surface. The biggest advantage of facial waxing is removing the hair from the root and giving your skin a smooth surface for at least 15 to 30 days depending on the hair growth frequency. It removes the hair from the skin in bulk all at once, and probably this is one of the reasons why most of you prefer waxing over other traditional methods of hair removal like plucking and shaving. Another advantage of waxing is the reduction of hair growth over the period of time. There are many plus points of waxing. However, it also comes with a lot of discomfort and other side effects like rashes, skin inflammation. Facial waxing could be painful for some. It varies from person to person and your tolerance level. The threshold of your pain mainly depends on three things: the skin type, texture of your hair, and the facial area of the hair growth. Some of you may also develop rashes after the facial waxing, maybe due to the high temperature of the wax, due to inappropriate pulling of the waxing strip, or it could also be the side effect of some ingredient which is not suiting your skin type. If you notice any kind of a rash or skin inflammation on a freshly waxed face, try applying cold pack immediately and use soothing gel or lotions like your aloe vera or chamomile lotions to avoid post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Avoid using any kind of a harsh chemicals on a waxed area for few days. There is a dilemma of whether or not you should get your hair waxed, as there are many confusions evolving around the facial waxing. The biggest confusion of getting your face waxed is this fear of, will waxing make my hair grow thicker? And the answer is absolutely no. Usually it reduces the hair growth over the period of time, which means your hair, on the contrary, will start looking thinner because there are various types of waxes in the market. That is another confusion which you have, what type of a wax is good for you. And here I would say the choices of waxes available in the salon resembles somewhat like a luxurious grocery list, but the truth of the matter is whatever you choose, well, the results remain the same. And another very common confusion, especially among the teenagers, is, can I wax my face if I have acne? And I would say avoid going for waxing, or for that matter any type of hair removal. If you have acne, try to treat your acne first and then go for waxing. And if it's really needed, I would suggest try to wax the area where there are no acne or pimples. The first and foremost thing what you need to do is to treat your acne pimple first, and then look for any type of a hair removal method. The reason why I'm saying no for any type of hair removal, especially your waxing, is because the temperature of the wax is hot, so it can irritate your skin around acne, it can aggravate the acne problem, and if you have a pustular acne, it can rupture the acne, spreading the infection to other parts of your facial area. So treat your acne first and then go for any kind of a hair removal. The results of waxing last longer compared to threading or shaving, where stubbles might just grow back in just 2 to 4 days, whereas in your waxing the hair is pulled out from the root, so it takes around 2 to 4 weeks depending on the hair growth for the hair to come back again. If you notice any kind of a redness after facial waxing, you can apply cold packs or some calming lotions and for the redness to settle down fast, and do whatever initial preparation is required. Avoid waxing your face if you are on any such medications, and stop using retinoids at least 1 to 2 weeks prior to getting your face waxed. So before wrapping up, even though facial waxing has some side effects, it is an option worth trying because of its benefits, because of its advantages, like it removes hair from the root and also thins down the hair growth over the period of time. No one likes to grow facial hair, and waxing helps to remove facial hair as cleanly as possible. But do keep in mind, facial waxing is not for sensitive skin which is acne prone. You must then consult your professional before you decide to get rid of your facial hair through waxing. And it is very important to determine any underlying medical condition which must be treated first to reduce the likelihood of the additional hair growth to make your waxing more effective. Hope this information on facial waxing was helpful for you. If you have liked the video, please give a thumbs up. Please do like, subscribe and share my videos. Hope your next waxing session is irritation free and effective. I'll see you with my next video. Till then, bye bye.